Hi guys, so I've been getting a ton of questions on how you should set yourself up to have a super successful year. You can do this at any point of the year. It does not have to be starting January 1st. Obviously, a lot of people kind of get motivated around this time. So I figured I would put out a great video about it since I do get so many questions asked about how to achieve great life-work balance and how to make a lot of money as a makeup artist. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a few steps. This is going to be a 3-part series on the 3 things to do to set yourself up for a successful year as a makeup artist. In this first video, I'm going to go over all types of goals, not just financial. Of course, that's going to be a major one, but relationship, family, social, investments, education, everything that you need to start doing to really understand where you want to be and what you want to do this year. If you're new here, I'm Lauren Ventre, and I've educated thousands of makeup artists from around the world. I put out videos just like this every single week. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have a question about business or makeup or anything in between, please write it below. I promise you, I will make a video just for you and I will answer any questions that you might have. Below this video, you're going to see a link and it is going to allow you to download the equation that will help you set yourself up for success and crush your financial goals. There's so much that goes into what makes up a super successful year as a freelance makeup artist. So that's why I broke it down into these 3-part series. And we are going to start off with goals in this video. What goals should you start thinking about? I want you to first and foremost start doing a mood board. Grab some magazines, go online, print out pictures, things that you just want to come into your life. You need to start manifesting the goals and dreams that you have, right? Because if we're just dreaming about it, it's just a goal and we don't put it into action, it'll always stay that way. But we need to put these things into action. But first we need to figure out what they are that we want. Some people just say, oh, I just want to make money. No, but why do you want to make money? What do you want to make that money for? Why do you want to make $100,000 this year, $200,000 this year? Where is that money going to go? Because if you don't know what you're doing with that money, it's going to be just flushed down the toilet on stupid things that you don't need and that will not help you achieve your lifetime goal of happiness. And that's where I want to help everyone get to. As a makeup artist, there is so much money to be made in this industry, but if you're not doing the right things with them, you can wake up one day after working 10 years of your life, 20 years of your life, putting all this effort in and have nothing saved or nothing to show for it. So I'm here to give you a reality check. It's not about going out and buying the latest Dior bag or the hottest pair of Louboutins. It really is about investments and really learning where to put this money. And of course, if you want to buy yourself something nice because you have extra money that month, do it. But I'm here to help you come to the realization that we need to set these goals and we need to put them towards something that we actually want and value in life. So on your mood board, you can have maybe the amount of money that you want to make this year. Maybe you want to make $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, whatever it might be, $1 million, like go big or go home. But it is important to set realistic goals as well. So start a little bit slower, a little smaller, and then we could always build up year by year. Again, this does not need to ever be at the beginning of a year. You can change your goals mid-year. You could pivot depending on how your life is going and where your life is taking you. Your mood board should also have maybe places that you want to travel, maybe some clothing, maybe some people that you really want to get your hands on, celebrities, or maybe it's a picture of a bride because you really want to get into bridal. Just start creating this vision board. I'm telling you, I know it sounds dumb to some people, but it really is so important. Create this vision board. Property, vacations, clothing, bags, shoes, cars, whatever it might be, put it there. Maybe it's paying off your debt and like it's debt with a big X through it. Anything that is going to drive you to hit these goals, you need to put on that mood board. At the beginning of every year, me and my husband sit down and make a list of a few different categories and set goals for each category. So we have health and fitness, we have family, social, relationship goals in there. We have business and educational goals in there. We have financial goals in there, of course. We have investment goals. Anything that you can think of that maybe you want to improve in your life, make those categories and then write down goals for each. I do recommend you doing this with someone that can hold you accountable. Me and my husband meet every month to go over our goal list and see what we've achieved and what we haven't achieved each month. This way, someone else is holding you accountable and you're holding them accountable. So it could be a parent, it could be a significant other, it could be a friend. It's always great to have like a friend in the industry. It might start getting a little competitive, but I always love a little good, healthy competition. But have someone to hold you reliable, responsible. That also lights a little fire under your butt to achieve those goals because someone else knows about your goals. First, I'm going to start off with the category of financial goals because most of you guys in here want to learn how to make money being a freelance makeup artist. So what do you want to make? Write this down. You need to make it a goal, put it on paper. Is it 50,000, 100,000, 150,000, 200,000? Whatever it may be, write it down. The formula to this is you're going to take that number, divide it by 52 because that's how many weeks we have in a year. So if your goal is 50,000, you need to make about 1,000 a week. If your goal is 100,000, you need to make 2,000 a week. If your goal is 150,000, you're going to make 3,000 a week and so on and so forth. I like to use the example of hitting 100,000 in a year, right? Who doesn't want to make six figures in 1 year as a freelance makeup artist? I think that's pretty cool to be able to say. And as long as you know how to do it, it is super achievable. So if you want to make $100,000 in 1 year, divide it by 52, it brings you a little bit under $2,000 a week. So per week, you need to be making $2,000 to hit $100,000 at the end of that calendar year. So you need to figure out what you need to do to make that happen. What do you need to do to make $2,000 every single week of this year? Granted, there might be certain months that you make more than that per week. There might be certain months that you make less than that. And that is super, super common. It is almost like impossible to make the exact same amount every week of every month in the year. So you should plan for those busy seasons to make a little bit more and the slower seasons to make a little bit less. But as long as the average is about $2,000 a week, you are on track to hit $100,000 that year. So in order to do $2,000 a week, what do you have to do? Well, you can either have 4 days of making $500 in that week, and you still have 3 days off, which is kind of nice, right? Where you don't have to be making money those 3 days. Maybe you only want to work 3 days a week. You're going to have to make around $670. Maybe you only want to work 2 days a week and 5 days not have to actually work on clients and make money. In those 2 days, you need to figure out how you're going to make $1,000 a day, which can be broken down very easily. If you don't know what your prices should be, I did make a video if you go a few weeks back. It is how to price yourself as a makeup artist. And I do go through everything on how to price yourself, how to know if you're profitable, keeping yourself in the right range. Because if you don't know how to price yourself, you're always going to be losing money and none of this even matters. So make sure you take time to watch that video as well. But if you had already watched it and you do already know what your pricing is, maybe your trials cost $200. Now you know maybe one of the days of that week, you need to do 3 trials in that week and you're going to make $600 on that one day. Now, you still need to make $1,400 in the other 2 days, depending on how many days you want to work, right? As a makeup artist, it's really important to have life-work balance. I've talked about it in the past. I've gone years and years without having work-life balance. My entire 20s was just work, go, 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 work, more money, more money, more money. But I wasn't putting the time in to really understand my goals and make the right investments. And I barely have any memories from that time. So keep in mind that you really do need to set time aside for other things in life, not just work. So if you still need to make $1,400 on the other 2 days, maybe you're spending your Friday, Saturday on brides. Maybe your bridal rate is $500. So there's $500 right there. You have 2 brides, that's $1,000. Now you know that you still need to make $400 more. Maybe you take 3 bridesmaids with that bride. You're easily going to hit that $2,000 that week. Now you know you need 2 brides and a day of 3 trials plus a few bridesmaids in there in order to hit that goal. So you need to run your numbers. Again, in this download, I will have a quick, easy equation that will help you reach your goals and help you break down what you need to do with examples of how to hit those goals in different scenarios. Maybe you don't have brides yet. Maybe you just need to figure out how many clients you need to take. Maybe you're only taking special occasion clients and your rate is the same across the board for everything. Maybe it's $200 a person. Then you know you need to take 10 people that week. And $200 is not a ton of money. I know in the area that I am, the tri-state area, $200 for a makeup application is on the low side. So depending on your area, depending on what's in your kit, depending on your premium pricing, all of this goes into effect. But very important, as long as you can start breaking down what you need to do to hit that $2,000 a week to make $100,000 in the year, you will be so much at ease and you will know that you are going to hit your goals as long as you keep on track. As I touched on work-life balance, I did just want to mention that in the next part of this video, this 3-part video series, I will be talking about how to plan out your calendar. So I will talk a lot more about that in our next video. Another category me and my husband like to set goals in is relationship, family, social life. It's really important to set goals for this as well. Maybe you and your significant other want to have a date night once a week. I think that's really important. Right now we have 2 kids. One is almost 4 and one is 4 months. So it's very hard to do that right now. But once we get back in the swing of things, it is something that we really do hold dear. Once we had baby Sal, we were able to get into a routine after we were out of the newborn phase to have that once a week date night or lunch date. Very important to have that time with your partner. Maybe it's Sunday dinners with your family. Maybe you have kids and you want to set aside one day per week or every other week to go see a different place or go to an amusement park or an arcade or an aquarium. But setting those kind of goals are very important because that will also keep you on track and keep these relationships thriving. I also like to try to plan at least one day a month to meet up with my girlfriends. I think this year I'm actually going to try to get on a call with them before the beginning of the year and say, okay guys, what day do you guys all have open? Let's set a lunch date once a month so that we could all get together because it does get hard, especially if you have friends in the same industry. We are pulled in a million different directions and sometimes you don't get to see your friends as much as you would like to. We also like to have travel goals. Me and my husband love to travel. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, a lot of our travel is work related, whether it be my work or his work. Most of the time we are there working and we don't fully get to enjoy it. So we like to also plan our own separate trips that have nothing to do with work, which sometimes I turn into a work trip because then I'll put a masterclass in. But I advise not doing that because when you're on a work trip, your really sole focus is really doing your job and you're never going to enjoy your vacation. Even if you come a little bit earlier in the week, it's not really a vacation because you know that at the end of that week, you're going to be having to work. I do recommend if you are going to extend a trip, always do it after. Come in, do your job, and then when you're done, you could always extend it, and that could be a vacation for you. But I do recommend picking a place that you want to go, not that you're being hired to go to. Pick a place that you want to go, plan it out, hire a travel agent. It doesn't cost you anything, and have a great vacation. As I said before, the next part of this video is all about planning out your year, so I will talk about that a little bit more in that next video. Even if you're not in a position where you could get on a plane and fly somewhere for vacation, even just setting a goal to have like a staycation at your own house or just having time that has nothing to do with work is super important, and have goals for yourself in that category. Health and fitness and even mental health is a super big category that we like to focus on because we truly believe if our mental health or our health or our fitness isn't up to par, we're not going to be doing the best job that we could possibly do in any other aspect of our life. So it's very important to make fitness goals, make health goals. It doesn't need to be, hey, I want to lose 50 pounds or I want to be at the gym 7 days a week. It can be little goals that improve your health and your fitness and your mental health every single day, whether it be mental health taking time, maybe reading a book a month or 2 books a month or a book a week, or maybe it's just taking time to meditate every day for 10 minutes. Things that you don't typically do that will truly help you really be one with yourself and centered. So important. Also, physical fitness in this industry is very important because we carry a lot of stuff around, and you do want to be able to still do that and not hurt yourself. And I know a lot of us abuse our own health because we're always so worried about getting to clients. We don't always schedule maybe our doctor's appointments or checkups or physicals or dentists. So making sure that those goals are in there to make sure you go do these things. We always also have business and education goals. Me and my husband educate ourselves at least once a month. I recommend getting education for yourself, no matter if it's makeup driven, business driven, maybe it's financial course or a photography course. It could be anything that will help you improve in your business or just educate yourself on something that you really want to learn, but especially focusing in on the makeup realm. I try to take at least one class from another makeup artist that I aspire to be like a month or maybe every other month. I try to take business courses. I am planning on taking photography courses. So anything that is going to improve you, try to write down. I highly recommend taking classes quarterly. So every 3 months, just trying to make sure that you get a class in. This is going to help you improve because once you feel like you know it all, that is when your career is completely over. Times are always changing. Trends are always changing. If you don't educate yourself, you are not going to grow, and I can guarantee that. I attribute a lot of my success to my classes that I've taken and the education that I continue to receive. For the business side of things, I also like to write down goals for my business. Maybe I want to grow my team by 5 members that year. Maybe I am planning on hiring a business operations manager. Maybe I want my own makeup line. Maybe I want to get more brides. Maybe I want to have 5 brides a week, or maybe I only want 1 bride a week. I've went from this phase in my 20s wanting more brides. And then I've gotten to the point where I did so many brides a week. I think I got up to doing I think 1 week I hit 20 brides a week, and I was just like, this is insane. But if you love it and you can grind like that, all power to you. Do it, make that money, honey. But I am getting tired. And now that I have 2 kids, I can't do that. And now my goals have completely changed. My goal is to only take 1 to 2 brides a week. Honestly, even this past year, my goal was only to take 1 to 2 brides a month. And that really shook a lot of people in the bridal industry because they're like, why do you only want to take that many brides? You're in so much demand. So many brides want you. I have hairstylists yelling at me. I'm working with people that I don't even want to work with because you're not working anymore. And you know what? It's just for my mental health. I can't run around like a crazy person. I think maybe once my baby girl's a little bit older and, I find a new rhythm, maybe I'll take 1 a week again, but I don't have any desire on being booked out with 20 brides a week ever again. And now my prices reflect a much higher price point, so I don't have to take that many brides a week to make the money that I used to. So business goals are very, very important. If you don't even have a business yet, maybe it is the formation of that business. Maybe it's growing this business. Maybe it's creating an LLC or an S Corp. Maybe it's getting an accountant. Maybe it's opening a business account at your bank. It could be so many things. These things are very, very important to growing a business. I talk a lot about business in my Elite Makeup Artist Blueprint, which is my course that I do sell. I could probably throw a link somewhere down below for you guys if that's something that you're interested in. If you are really trying to grow your business or start your business, it is a 6-week module course that will walk you through everything that you need to know about starting your business, growing your business. It's also a great refresher course for anyone who's been in the business for a super long time. And the last category I'm going to talk about, you could totally have more categories than this. It really depends on your life and your goals. But ours is investments. So we want to build generational wealth. Neither me or my husband come from wealth. We don't come from families that were super well off. Both of our families were more blue collar. My father was a mechanic. My mother was a teacher. His dad was a police officer and his mother managed restaurants. We didn't grow up having this lavish lifestyle. And our goal is to grow generational wealth so that our children and their children will be able to be be financially free and hopefully not bratty about it. But this is our goal. I think it's something, since we never had, it is a strong goal of ours. So we invest in properties, we invest in businesses, we invest in ourselves. Investing in yourselves has a lot to do with education, growing yourself, taking the time to grow yourself. Investing is a huge thing. Even for your retirement, hiring a financial advisor will help with this a ton. Maybe you start a Roth IRA. They'll advise you on what you should be doing, what you should be putting away. Because as makeup artists, remember, the only time that we're making money is when we're physically working most of the time. So if you fall and break your wrist and you cannot work, you are not making money. So if you don't have savings, or if you don't have a plan, or if you don't have investments, a lot can go wrong. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just trying to give you a reality check, because especially in your 20s, maybe you're just having a ton of fun. Maybe you're not making a ton of investments, but that is the time to start saving and thinking and being able to do all of these things. I had my own house by the time I was 27 with my husband, and now we are building our dream house, which is almost done. So it's super important to be able to have that money to be able to do things that you want. And property values are obviously only always going up, and it is a great idea. I know right now there's programs that really help out first-time home buyers, especially if you want to have a multifamily. So just things to talk to your financial advisor about when you're bringing in a good amount of money, especially once you really get into this groove. You need to know what to do with it. Even if you don't have it now, having the plan on what to do with it is super, super important. You're not going to be able to buy the cars that you want. You won't be able to buy the investments that you want if you don't have a plan. So once you have all of your goals written down, once you have your mood board, I want you to sit there and I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a moment in silence to envision your life with all of these things. If you hit all of these goals, if you are able to buy your dream house, if you are able to pay off your debt, if you are able to maybe buy your dad a car, because that's just been something that you've dreamt of your whole life because of everything they've done for you, right? So it's very important to sit down and envision and see yourself hitting these goals and envision yourself doing things with that financial freedom. But once it's a thought and once you truly envision it, it will catapult you towards those goals. I hope this video left you inspired. I hope it left you motivated. I always want to do that, and I promise you that I will continue to be that voice of inspiration for all of you out there. I want every artist out there who truly has a passion for this industry to be able to say, I am a successful makeup artist, and that is your sole job. Don't forget to grab your free download below with the equation to help you hit your goals every single week. I'm also going to link the blueprint for anyone who was interested below as well. And please make sure you stick around next week or set a reminder for next week. We are going to put out part 2 of this video of our 3-part series. And again, that is going to help you take all of this information and put it in an actual plan to execute for your full calendar year. And I'm super excited about next week. I will see you then. If you do write down your goals and you want to share it online, please tag me, Lauren_D'Amelio. I would love to see your goals. I'd love to see your Instagram. I'd love to see your work. Make sure to follow me, Lauren_D'Amelio. Make sure you subscribe and like this video, and I will see you next week. Love you guys.